Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
BBC News World. November 19, 1909 America, New York, Rotterdam police clash with rioters as COVID protest turns violent. Several people are injured in Rotterdam as protests against new coronavirus curbs turn violent.
November 19, 1906 America, New York, glitch leaves some Tesla drivers locked out. One of the perks of owning a Tesla is using your smartphone as a key to open and drive your car. It does away with carrying a separate key fob in your pocket.
New York Times World News. November 19, 1900 America, New York. Canada keeps World Cup dream alive in qualifying match. The Canadian men's team, which has not been in the World Cup since 1986, is now leading the regional qualifying competition. Alistair Johnston celebrating Canada's unexpected win over Mexico.
Time, November 19, 1850 America, New York. How Amazon's The Wheel of Time stacks up against its source material. Warning. Spoilers ahead for the Amazon Prime Video series, The Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time, a fantasy TV show based on the novel series of the same name by Robert Jordan, premiered November.
November 19, 1840 America, New York. The Donald Trump for Speaker idea won't die. Trump's ire grows as DeSantis' popularity with Republicans takes off. Ohio Republicans tie themselves to Trump's rhetoric as they vie for Senate seat. Federal judge says Trump has responsibility for January 6, calling rioter a pawn. November 19, 1830 America, New York. Elizabeth Holmes takes the stand in her criminal trial. Elizabeth Holmes, the disgraced founder and former CEO of Theranos, is taking the stand in her own criminal trial. November 19, 1827 America, New York. One pilot killed, 2 hurt in incident involving planes at Texas Air Force Base. One pilot is dead and 2 others are injured following an aircraft accident at Laughlin Air Force Base in southwestern Texas on Friday morning, according to a base social media post.
Fox World News. November 19, 1825 America, New York. Serena Williams, Naomi Osaka. WTA speak out as Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai remains missing. Tennis pros and politicians are demanding action against China as doubts continue to grow over the safety and well-being of missing world-class doubles champion Peng Shuai.
Mirror World News. November 19, 1820 America, New York. Police fire warning shots at Netherlands anti-lockdown riot with several hurt. We'll be bringing you the very latest updates, pictures and video on this breaking news story.
RT World News. November 19, 1814 America, New York. 2 wounded after shots fired at COVID protest in Netherlands. At least 2 people were wounded by police gunfire in the Dutch city of Rotterdam after a protest over renewed COVID-19 restrictions spiraled into a violent riot, seeing demonstrators torch a squad car and clash with officers.
November 19, 1809 America, New York. Marriott rejected Uyghur conference to maintain political neutrality. The Marriott Hotel in Prague refused to host a conference this month aimed at drawing attention to alleged human rights abuses in China, the hotel chain confirmed to CNN on Friday. November 19, 1805 America, New York. See teary goodbye for veteran NBC anchor. Natalie Morales wrote a sentimental letter to pay tribute to her viewers after 22 years at NBC.
Time, November 19, 1754 America, New York. The Kyle Rittenhouse verdict makes us all less safe. Jurors make their decisions in isolation. The problem is that in some cases, their verdicts can have sweeping consequences. The case of Kyle Rittenhouse is one of those cases.
November 19, 1752 America, New York. Peter Jackson on why Beatles footage was involved for 50 years. Director Peter Jackson tells CNN's Anderson Cooper about his meeting with Sir Paul McCartney to discuss footage of the Beatles recording their iconic album, Let It Be. November 19, 1752 America, New York. Attorney Alex Murdaugh indicted on 24 financial crimes. Suspended South Carolina attorney Alex Murdaugh has been indicted on more than 24 new financial crimes by a state grand jury, which allege schemes to defraud victims of and thereafter launder nearly $5 million in 5 different counties. November 19, 1745 America, New York. KC Chiefs will provide a lifetime of medical and financial support to young victim in crash involving ex-assistant coach. The NFL's Kansas City Chiefs have reached a financial agreement with the family of the 5-year-old girl who was seriously injured in a crash involving former assistant coach Britt Reed. November 19, 1715 America, New York. Natalie Morales says goodbye to Today after 22 years at NBC. Natalie Morales said farewell on Friday to her viewers and colleagues on Today after 22 years at NBC. November 19, 1713 America, New York. Construction halted on secret project at Chinese port in UAE after pressure from U.S. officials say. Construction has been halted on a secret development inside of a Chinese shipping port near Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates after intense U.S. pressure, at least for now, two sources familiar with the matter told CNN, but multiple officials cautioned that the security concerns over the Chinese presence in the country are far from resolved. November 19, 1710 America, New York. Opinion: this is the best strategy we have against extremism and misinformation. In Charlottesville, Virginia, a jury hears closing arguments in a case against the white power groups who organized the deadly rally there in 2017. November 19, 1710 America, New York. Injuries reported after Dutch police fire warning shots during Rotterdam protest over COVID-19 measures. Injuries have been reported after police in the Dutch city of Rotterdam fired warning shots during a protest over COVID-19 measures on Friday, according to a police statement. November 19, 1703 America, New York. Lizzo, Simone Biles and Nicole Hannah-Jones represent the year of radical self-care, in Essence. Essence magazine has dubbed this the Year of Radical Self-Care, and to celebrate, it's featuring 3 heroes in the world of wellness. November 19, 1656 America, New York. Here's what comes next for Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse, acquitted Friday on charges in the shooting of 3 men during civil unrest in Kenosha, Wisconsin, will move forward now with plans to go into the medical field, a family spokesperson said Friday.
Time: November 19, 1632 America, New York. The strange short-sightedness of malfunction, the dressing down of Janet Jackson. A week after the New York Times presents Framing Britney Spears debuted on FX and Hulu, this past February, Justin Timberlake took to Instagram with what was presumably a response.
BBC News World. November 19, 1631 America, New York. Peng Shuai, U.S., deeply concerned, over Chinese tennis star. Peng Shuai, 35, has not been heard from since she accused a top Chinese official of sexual assault.